Hello everybody, it's Emily from Emily Loves London. Today I am doing my comic October wrap up and I do apologise for the lateness of all my videos lately. Uni's just been crazy. But anyway, let's get on. That weird noise was my phone, sorry. Anyway, okay, so the first comic I read I say the first comic, I had a day, like a Sunday, where I just literally went on a comic binge and just read comics all day, and it was so nice. I just sat there chilling, not this sofa but my sofa downstairs, and with copious amounts of tea and just relaxing in a fantasy world of my own. But anyway, yeah, so the first one I read was Saga Volume 2, and this is by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. It's, oh, let me get that. The lighting's a bit bad in here, but there we go. It is such a beautiful comic. So I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. I love this series. It's fantastic. It's so interesting. Basically, so this couple who are from opposing worlds, and there is a war going on, and they have a child together, and basically it's how they're escaping all the bad guys and just trying to live their life. Kind of a bit of a prominent story for this day and age. But yeah, so this volume 2 was basically a bit of background, so you got to know a bit more about the parents of... My name's just escaped. Names have just escaped me. Yeah, so so you get a bit more of background on the parents, and also a bit more of the story. I don't want to give it away, this is really difficult because it's so good and I want everybody to read this comic. So you get more of a background of the story and a bit more about the story between the girl and the assassin, which is really interesting. And also just the colours in this one I think are more beautiful than the first. They're just incredible. I'm trying to show you like a less... Some of these scenes are a bit graphic, but I mean, this is... Let me try and find one that is like... I mean, even like that, that's just incredible colours. All the different blues and greens. Oh, just fabulous. Yeah, so that was a fantastic read, really easy to get into, and I love Brian K. Vaughan stuff now. I'm just going to read all his stuff from now on. So good. The second thing I read was Orbital Volume 2, and that is called Ruptures, and this is by Sylvain Runberg, and the illustrations are done by Serge, Pelle. And this was basically, in the first volume, there's two diplomatic officers, and they go on this mission, and this is like the concluding bit to their mission, and sort of it's slightly planning out what happens next, but not really. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how he's gonna develop the story even more. I think maybe he'll go into more sort of background of the two characters and their sort of the worlds they're from. But yeah, overall I would give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely connected more with the characters in this volume than in the first volume. I think it's very political. And I think that's what I really like about it, because I'm a politics student, so anything political in fiction or graphic novels I love. So yeah, that was really good. You should definitely pick this up. The next thing I read in October was Picture Palace by Jessica Martin. This was another fantastic read. I've read really good graphic novels this month. So yeah, this was a fantastic, amazing read. I'd give this 5 out of 5 stars. Let me show you the picture. How the artwork is done. It's difficult in this lighting, but it is absolutely like a shading sort of beautiful style, and I think it complements the 1930s era perfectly. She's really done that really well. it kind of transformed me into this dreamy little world of film and how the 1930s was. But you know, it was not all dreamy in those times, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. But it was a fantastic story, and I really loved Elsie by the end of it. I thought, oh yeah, she's a powering woman, I like her. But yeah, definitely check this out. She's actually having I think her sale is still going on for this graphic novel on Amazon. I think it's 10% off she's doing. So I will leave a link for that below if I can find it. It's on my Twitter somewhere. Okay, so the next thing I read was something that was not on my TBR, but I picked it up anyway. And this would be The Suicide Squad Volume 1 Kicks in the Teeth, and it's the New 52 range. And this is by Adam Glass, Federico, Dallocchio and Clayton Henry. Not too bad with the names, I hope. So this Suicide Squad, I would give this around about a 3 out of 5 stars. It's very much classic sort of DC artwork. That's probably a better thing, yeah. But I mean, I did quite like the story, and I definitely think I preferred it to the films. Mainly because I liked the characters a bit more, and you got like a lot of the sub-story of Harlequin in there, as well as Diablo and and that was about the only 2 characters. I guess they're gonna do more in the other volumes about the sort of backstory of the characters. But yeah, I did enjoy this. For me it didn't come together as well. I think I'd like to see it be a bit more different in maybe the artwork and the way the story went. It's very much sort of, this is the mission, then there's that mission, and then occasionally there's a backstory. I thought it would have flowed better with something slightly different. But yeah, so 3 out of 5 stars for that. The last thing I read in October was Doctor Strange, The Way of the Weird by Jason Aaron and Chris Bachalo. I think it's Bachalo. But yeah, I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. It's quite low for me. I usually don't give it that low. But for me, it felt like a really typical superhero story. I know it sounds bad. But it did feel very typical. It did. Some of the lines I thought were really good, really funny and sort of witty. I really liked that. But I have to say, it was just, for me, it was a bit too much on each page. And I will give you an example of how it's just a bit like, sometimes you felt like you were so overwhelmed, like this bit here. This just felt to me a bit overwhelming as a graphic novel. I don't know what you think. I'd love to know what you think of this comic, of this volume. But I think I would have liked a bit more background of Doctor Strange, but I think he didn't want to do the same as probably the older comics, which I guess have a lot more background of Doctor Strange in there. I'm not particularly sure because I haven't read them yet. But maybe that he might touch on that a bit more in the second volume. But I am going to get the second volume and read it because I think I want to stick with this and see where it goes, because there were bits of it that I really liked, and the world was like so interesting, and so like a comparison between ours and the magical world that I really liked. So yeah, give this 2 out of 5 stars. Okay, so that's all the comics I read in October. I hope you liked this video. I hope you're having a fantastic day, guys. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, if you like this video, click the subscribe button below. And I will see you again soon for my November comic TBR. Bye!